Welcome back to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Young Abaji. Remember to subscribe to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify by searching Blog Access 101. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is episode 229. Here today, my co-host, Bobby. What up, Bobby?
What up, Rob?
Ain't nothing much, brother. So you got that Texans jersey on, man. The shirt
Yeah,
on.
I'm going to the game today. Should be interesting. They should beat the Jags, but stranger shit and happen in different days. So let's talk about you.
Oh, you see it. Yeah, a lot of people is
Kelly Green looked great.
oh, yeah, brother. Uh,
Convert to the dark side, my brother.
had to let people know I wasn't capping. Everybody thinking I was joking. Even the
You,
Cowboy fans as well, but
hey, Jalen Hurts is an Omega Psi Phi.
oh, yeah, that's why I was always part of Hurts game, brother. But now I just became full Eagles fan.
Dog,
It's good to be on the other side, brother.
it's good. Hey, listen, just don't be one of those fans that's throwing batteries and be ignorant and shit. Be honest and be real. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah, man. If people want to hate him. My guy Hurts, saying he's not that good of a quarterback. A lot of the wide receivers been injured this year, so he's been playing. He just what got her 172 yards last year. I mean, not
Yeah,
last year, last week. Made something out of nothing, but unfortunately, Devontae Smith got that hit.
that dirty ass heat hit.
Yeah, the ref should have blown that shit dead. I'm not
No,
just saying because he's on my
it's
fantasy team.
not the last hit where the guy came behind. I'm talking about the hit where the guy dove on him and then spit on him.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see it. I just see when that guy took his head off.
Yeah, well, he's going down. That's dirty. But also, too, a guy like the ball's on the ground dove on him and then spit on. It's like, bro, like, come on, y'all.
Saints players never been a quality organization outside when they had Drew Brees.
I mean, Bounty
I
Gate,
take that back. Yeah, they had the bounty gate. Yeah, I think they
Bounty
never.
Gate says a lot,
Yeah, so
but
one
it's
thing.
okay. It was just our homecoming for February. That's all I gotta say. It was the pregame before the pregame.
Oh, that's right. It is in New Orleans this year.
Yeah,
The Bird gang going there. Uh, it's gonna take you getting used to
should
this
be
thing.
good.
But yeah, man,
Let's
jump right into it. T. Witherspoon getting fired. Chicago Sky. I feel like all Chicago teams franchises are just abysmal. Um, the Sky should have been in the playoffs this year. Obviously, the Dream was able to like scoop past and take advantage of Angel Reese having that wrist season injury. But you know, Witherspoon revived Trinity Carter's career because we all know Trinity Carter was a head case.
and she was on her way out the league.
Yeah, but
She was
we all know she was a bucket, but she always had the head case mental. I wouldn't say mental health, but like them always snapping on people, lashing out. T Witherspoon for the most part was able to keep that under control. As well as
Angel.
uh
She kept Angel under control too, a lot better than what we've seen in years past.
yeah,
Like
and I
college.
feel like he's a player coach. And you always want those type of coaches on if you're a GM or owner, you want that type of coach because that coach can probably get the most out of that player more than any other coach would. Because a lot of coaches want to just be X's and O women and guys, coaches, but you always need that coach to be able to connect with the players, especially it's typically the assistant coaches can be able to connect, but when you have a head coach is able to connect with the players, like that's definitely a coach you want to keep around. And I don't really see like why they even fired her because like Chicago Sky wasn't even good.
It's only 1 year too, which is
Yeah, yeah, I was confused by that.
but
Uh,
that's WNBA for you, like where you could be a number one overall pick, like first in the draft and just get cut the next like that.
yeah, WNBA got to do better with that. Start paying these girls more, get more roster spots. What else? We talk about the first round. Shout out to the homie Natasha Cloud, put up 33 and 10, and niggas still lost. I don't know what the rest of them niggas doing in game one against Minnesota. Shout out to Mercury though. Might be last we see of Taurasi. If it is, hell of a career for the White
Great
Mamba.
career, but you can hate on the sidelines now.
Yeah.
Deuces.
I know the refs is super happy that she might be going because she be going. I remember when I went to the game this year when they played the Mystics in Washington, D.C. Yeah, she was on them refs' ass. So I know them refs is happy that she might be retiring. But let's jump into with Alyssa Thomas over there where they played Indiana Fever, just talking about how the racist comments, because typically this time is like one of the mild mannered players. Just she plays hard, goes crazy on the court, but she doesn't really talk too much. Shout out to her, Leo
But
gang.
when she says something, she means it. So let's give people a history of Indiana.
Yeah, facts.
People, I don't think people know Indiana is the home of the KKK.
They don't know that at all.
I don't think people know that the KKK was established in Indiana.
Yeah, they think it's North
So
Carolina, but it's like that's the second home. But yeah,
yeah, it was established in Indiana. So little racial boundaries, and then if you ever been to Indiana, you see how the city is.
place is
You
terrible.
you can see where it's like, oh, I might not want to live here.
For real.
Like as a brother, I might not want to live it, but you she handled it great in that press conference. She didn't bash. She just said, "Yo, the fans are getting out of control. Like, I get it. The WNBA is not going to be able to control what fans say on social media. You know,
Not for real. But I respect Clark though, because she ain't had to say what she says. She was like, yeah, it was what Dejanay Carrington was like, what she like poked in the eye. It wasn't intentional. She like, it's a basketball play, like, 'cause, the media was trying to make something out of it. Obviously, they always try to play on that racial tension, as we saw with East Coast West Coast rappers.
all
But
right,
yeah, oh
I
yeah,
gotta go. I gotta go now. They
all right,
just
man, I got you.
hey, but they did the right thing. She did the right thing. I can't say nothing about like how she handled that situation because she could have went off and said some out of crazy stuff. But Rob, I'm glad you part of the Bird game. I'm about to go to this Texans game. I hope I'm not upset
Yeah,
because
hopefully
we
see
better
that
win.
show off today, man. Turn up.
Yo, we in 99-degree humidity in freaking Tampa. It's gonna be a hot ass day.
Yeah, send that heat down this way. But all right, cousin.
All right, I'll catch you later. All right, peace.
All right, be easy. All right, then we jump right into Suns and Lynx first second round semifinal matchup. First game is tonight in Minnesota. I feel as though that Connecticut it should be a good contest between the Suns. I'm not Suns, the Mercury in Connecticut. I think Minnesota should win this game, particularly with being at home. Nafisia Collier went off those first two games. I think the first game she had 30, and the second game she had about 40 against the Mercury. So she should have a good game. Obviously got the two bigs with Bonner and Alyssa Thomas going against Alyssa Smith and what's her name? The Feast of Collie, which should be a good matchup. Also, you got the perimeter guards with Courtney Williams for Minnesota, as well as Dejanay Carrington, which should be a good matchup. Two great defenders and as well. They can score on the other side, on the offensive side as well. I see that series. Let me see how many games it can go. Well, it's obviously best of three again. You got game 4 and 5 if necessary. I feel like the Sun. I take the Suns winning. Um, and going 4 games and the Suns winning that series. Minnesota's had a great season thus far, but I just feel like the Suns have that more playoff experience and how to play in big games like this, whereas Minnesota is still like just scratching the surface. Nonetheless, still a good team, but the matchup we all have been waiting for is the Liberty Aces. Obviously, we would want to see this in the championship round, but nonetheless, still going to be a great series in the semifinals. Um, as you know, Aces was battling a lot of injuries with Chelsea Graves sitting out for a good portion of the season, so she came back. Obviously, a lot of people think Asia Wilson is the heartbeat of that team, which she is, of course. Shout out to her winning her third MVP. Um, but people have noticed more that Chelsea Gray is definitely the heartbeat of that team. I think Asia said it a few times as well. Um, and we see how they play when she's back and healthy. So this should be a good series. I'm going to take. I think this goes for all the 5 games. I'm going to take the Las Vegas Aces in 5, and then they end up playing Connecticut in the championship. Let's see. Then let's see. Let me see my picks for this week. For this week, obviously, I took the Cowboys over the Giants, even though they almost found a way to lose that game. I feel like the Giants beat themselves up that game because they really could have won it. Actually, should have won it, but they kept getting penalties and at the wrong time, especially when he was in the red zone in the fourth. Taking the Falcons over the Saints. I just like my guy Kirk because I don't think they lose at home. I'm taking the Panthers over the Bengals. I don't know what's going on in Cincinnati. They had Chase last week. He had a great game against Washington, and they still found a way to lose, which was shocking. I'm taking the Rams over the Bears. Caleb Williams is still figuring it out. Obviously, they're supposed to be Keenan Allen supposed to play today, which should help him out significantly. But I just still think the Rams find a way to win the game. Uh, Vikings at the Packers. I'm taking the Packers. Jordan Love should be back. Um, Obviously, Sam Darnold and Minnesota offense been on a tear, especially with Jordan Addison coming back this week, which definitely should be help them even strengthen their offense. But I don't feel as though Green Bay's losing at home to a division rival. I'm taking the Texans over the Jaguars. The Jaguars have been abysmal thus far. Um, soon we need to be talking about is Trevor Lawrence a bust? Because I don't know what they do over there for some reason, but every time they had these number one wide receivers, they just don't throw to them. Specifically with Calvary, they had him last year. He didn't really do too much. Then they got Kirk now. They finally realized they're throwing the ball again this last week, but still needs to get that ball to him more. Taking the Steelers over the Colts. Anthony Richardson, I think he's an okay quarterback, but I feel he gets a little bit more hype than what he should. I love Jonathan Taylor, but obviously the Steelers defense is stifling, so he might struggle. Hopefully he doesn't because he's on my fantasy team, but I feel like he might struggle. I'm taking the Jets over the Broncos. Again, it's another revenge game for Nathaniel Hackett, and they got Aaron Rodgers playing, so it's definitely a personal game for them. I'm taking the Eagles over the Buccaneers, even though they don't have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith today. I'm taking the Commanders over the Cardinals. Shockingly, the Commanders are 2-1, but Jaden Downs been playing out of his mind. We showed why he was the number 2 pick in the draft. Also taking the 49ers over the Patriots. Debo should be back as well as Kittle, which is good time for that offense. Shockingly, they're 1-2, so that should change today. Taking the Browns over the Raiders, even though I'm a little bit hesitant to that one because you never know what Deshaun Watson is going. Well, we do know what Deshaun Watson has been playing like shit for the last year and this year. Um, Taking the Chiefs over the Chargers should be a good game though. Taking the Ravens over the Bills, the Sunday night showdown. Glad they finally put a great game on Sunday night. Then you got the Monday night doubleheader. I'm taking the Dolphins over the Titans. I feel like Huntley makes that Dolphins offense much better. Then I'm taking the Lions over the Seahawks. Seahawks have been playing pretty well, but I'm taking the Lions to win at home. Let me find my locks for the week. There we go. All right, so for the 4 leg parlay, I took the alternate spread -3.5 for the Jets. Texans alternate spread -2.5 over 50.5 for the Cardinals Commanders because obviously Washington and Arizona have been in some high scoring games over the last few weeks. And I'm taking over 46.5 between the Ravens and the Bills. Then for my teaser ticket, I did Dallas Cowboys .5, which obviously uh, happened. Then I had the Jets -1.5 teaser spread, Texans -0.5, which they just scored one by 1 point. 49ers -4.5, and then Chiefs -1. Then I got the Detroit Lions +2.5 for the spread. Yeah, so those are my locks. Appreciate you guys listening today. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify by searching Blog Access 101. If you're in YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.